With the lack of inventory and strong sellers market, there's been a new push by shady real estate agents for an old marketing idea that's hurting home sellers across the nation and costing them a lot of money. Today we'll discuss what that strategy is, how it hurts you as a seller, and how to avoid it. In Maryland, we're currently in an extreme housing inventory crunch, which has created a very strong seller's market, usually resulting in many aggressive offers on properties listed for sale. We've previously discussed how this is the best market in more than a decade to maximize the return on selling your home. However, that doesn't mean your sale is foolproof. Selling your home with the wrong strategy or process can end up costing you tens of thousands of dollars as a seller. Properly pricing your home for the market, as we showed in a previous video, has a huge impact on your potential sales price and terms. Another extremely important part of the process is how and when you expose your home to the market. It's a widely understood and accepted market principle that to sell a product for the most money and best terms, you should expose it to the highest number of potential buyers. The theory is pretty simple. The more buyers who see your home, the higher likelihood that you're going to find the most aggressive buyer. In short, you're more likely to find a buyer willing to pay top dollar for your home out of a pool of 100 buyers than you would from a pool of 10 buyers. To achieve this, your agent should be listing your home in the multiple listing service, also known as the MLS, which would then allow all buyers and agents searching online to see your home. And although this concept is one of the most basic in economics, there are lots of agents trying to convince sellers there's a better alternative. And this alternative is a method called office exclusive. The difference with this method is that instead of marketing your property through the MLS to all buyers and agents, the agent will only market your home exclusively to the agents in their own office. Let's quickly go through why this is a terrible idea for you as a seller. Regardless of how large a real estate office is, exposing your property to only the agents in that office means that instead of marketing to more than 40,000 agents in the Maryland region, you would only be limiting exposure of the home to a very small fraction. For instance, the largest real estate offices are roughly 500 agents, which is barely more than 1% of the market. A dirty little secret in real estate is that in the larger brokerages, only about 10% of the agents are full-time producing and active agents. So from that original pool of 500 agents in the office, now you're down to 50 agents who are actually working with buyers. What's more, agents work with clients in all areas and all price points. So many of those 50 agents won't even be working with buyers looking in your specific area or price point. You don't have to be a world-class mathematician to see that the odds are extremely low that the most aggressive buyer in the market just happens to be working with that handful of agents. To take it a step further, there are sellers getting 20 or 30 or 40 or more offers on their homes. So unless half or more of all of those producing agents in that particular office write offers on your home, you've put yourself at a huge disadvantage. Agents proposing this method point to the fewer number of showings as being a big benefit. And sure, while it's true 3 or 4 showings would be less disruptive than 50 or 60 showings, that also means there are 50 or 60 fewer buyers who would be interested in your house that just won't see it or subsequently make an offer on it. More importantly, this really shouldn't be a consideration. A competent agent will put together a marketing and scheduling strategy for you to maximize your number of showings while minimizing the disruption to your daily routine. 50 to 60 showings sounds like a lot of disruption, but scheduled and planned for appropriately, it can actually be easily accomplished with minimal disturbance. Now, it should be obvious that having fewer potential buyers is going to result in lower sales price based on the artificially low competition and exposure. So the biggest question is, if a real estate agent earns a higher commission based on a higher sales price, why in the world would they be pushing for this method if it's going to mean less money to them? And for that, we're going to look at an example. Let's say you've agreed to list your home with an agent from XYZ Real Estate. For the purposes of this example, we'll say the total listing commission is 6% of the purchase price, and of that, the listing agent will be offering a buyer's agent 2.5% and keeping 3.5% for themselves. The house is going to be listed at $500,000, so at that price point, the commission would be $30,000 total, with $17,500 going to XYZ and $12,500 going to the buyer's agent's brokerage. If the house was listed in the open market, you might get 20 offers, and the final winning offer may be $550,000. In the office exclusive method of selling, you may only get 2 offers, and both of those buyers would be represented by XYZ agents, and maybe the highest is $525,000. In this case, that means you as a seller lost $25,000 of net profit. Now, this also means the listing brokerage lost out on commission because of the lower price point. So this would seem like a bad idea for their own wallet as well, theoretically, but not exactly. While it's true the lower sales price may have cost the listing agent some commission, in this example it's roughly $875. But since XYZ Brokerage also represented the buyers in this scenario, they actually netted over $13,000 more by keeping the buyer side of the commission as well, instead of a different brokerage representing the buyer. So of course, the brokerage would gladly lose $900 on the listing side to make $13,000 more on the buyer side. At the end of the day, the office-exclusive marketing strategy only benefits one party to a real estate transaction, and that's the listing brokerage. Unless you're a celebrity who doesn't want their home publicly marketed because of privacy concerns, or in some very rare cases where there are possible harassment or legal issues complicating marketing your property publicly, there's no reason to agree to this approach. When you're interviewing agents to list your home, be sure to ask them if they intend to employ this strategy. If they suggest it, you'll know exactly whose interests they're looking out for. Stay tuned for future videos where we'll discuss how to minimize stress and disturbance while your home is on the market, while also maximizing showings and, as a result, maximizing your final sales price. If you like what we do here and you'd like to get more videos in the future about the underside of real estate, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you can get alerted when more videos are put out in the future.